Хөрхөн охид trap сонсон. Trap сонсон, trap донсон. Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан. Дагаж дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа. I'm a young trap nigga. Young trap nigga. And you both don't know not to take. Trap, I'm dead serious.
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. It's me, Adam Hunter. We are here in Las Vegas. You guys want it. I'm bringing it to you. We got the Motown phenom, one of my favorite people in the world, Kevin Lee. How are you?
Yes, sir. What's happening, baby?
We also have a very, very hilarious comic. He's featuring for me this week, but he's a headliner. He's not a feature. He's a fucking headliner. Jack Jr. is here.
What's up, guys?
Jack Acid Art. I want to thank our sponsor, Speedweed. Listen, people, if you need marijuana, you need cannabis oil, you need CBD, you need edibles, go to speedweed.com. That's speedweed.com. Mention Roasted, and you get 10% off, $100 or more. Speedweed.com.
They'll deliver it to you?
I'll deliver it to you.
Really?
Yes.
Why have I never heard about this?
I don't know if they have it in California. I don't know if they have it in Vegas. I'm sure they will eventually have it everywhere.
They bring you hot Cheetos too. Huh?
Oh,
Yes.
for real? They should partner with like Grubhub or something. Uber Eats.
Now, Kevin, I'm so happy that I texted you after the fight, hit you up like 4 or 5 times. I was getting no response. I've gotten that from girls before that didn't want to fuck me. I've never got it from fighters I thought I was friends with.
Yeah, I kind of gave that to everybody. No lie. I just been making myself hard to reach. Like I said, I just changed over like my phone number. I got her like an assistant to it kind of filters through her a little bit too. Because even before the fight, it just was too much. You know what I mean? Like everybody would hit me up. Everybody had my phone number. It just became too much after the fight. I was just like, and plus I was dealing with that staff. It took me about a month before I could even like really get out of bed and really like move around. So
Were people coming out of nowhere that you haven't talked to in years?
Yeah, of course. I got all the aunties, all the uncles. People was asking me like, "You went back to Detroit for the holidays?" I'm like, "Hell no!" Like, I'm Santa. Like that ain't no good.
People asking you for money?
I mean,
in a roundabout way?
You get the roundabouts and you get the, I got a business proposal and I got this and I got that. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you got.
You got lunch after this, right? You got lunch?
Yeah, right.
Were women coming out of the woodwork too? Girls you've hooked up with in the past, or chicks that in the future, or random girls? Or?
I mean, you get them here and there, but then you get them anyway, right? So,
but like, I know, but a lot of times, when I was on TV on like Last Comic Standing or The Tonight Show, all of a sudden these girls that like I had hooked up with once in Missouri, where all of a sudden, hey, I saw you on TV.
Oh yeah, they gonna come out the woodwork for that. Yeah. They love the boy when he's shining. That's just how it works. Really with them, I really don't even pay them no mind. I don't pay them no attention because it's just like it becomes so transparent. You know what I mean? Like what it is, and when I know when the game is up, like it's like it ain't no fun no more. I like a little bit of the chase.
Right.
Like that's the fun. I don't really like fangirls.
Now, were you getting next level girls? Like, were you getting Mayweather type? Because you were headlining a major UFC event. Yeah. Was it like? I mean, sometimes it's now all of a sudden you get the professional bad women.
Yeah. I mean, I got one on me now, so I'm.
So you're exclusive. You have a girlfriend?
Yeah, for the most part.
He's still undefeated.
Wait, what do you mean? What does that mean?
I do it better with a girl. I always do. It keep me more grounded. You know what I mean? She makes sure I stay my ass at home and I ain't going out and doing. Because when I don't, I just be everywhere, and it gets to be too much. Like I got bigger plans ahead of this. So the girl I got now, I love her. Like she keep me right where I need to be. And
sounds like she changed your number.
Yeah, for the most. Yeah, probably.
Was she the one that was like, change your number?
Yeah, probably. No, I mean I was gonna do it anyway, but yeah, for the most.
Wait, is she your assistant?
No.
Oh, no, she's not
I got another.
Numbers. Oh.
No, I'm in the process of signing with new management now too. We should have something on paper this week, so a lot of things are gonna be changing up, and it's gonna be a lot different going for me. So.
With a weird shot, they're kind of like ducking the shot, and it's in the back of the head, and it's like. It happens all the time.
Look at that one, Diego Sanchez, when he got elbowed by Matt Brown. I don't know if you've seen it. That was the most vicious knockout I've ever seen in my life.
Ever seen.
And it was right to the back of his head. It was as hard as you can throw an elbow to the point of somebody's
I said
head.
they should almost make the guys
crazy.
have like shave a line in their head, like in their haircut, so you're not allowed. And then put like paint on the guy's head, so you can see like, and you know, paintball, you can see where.
I mean, it'd be a good idea. I don't know, but
now,
guys still gonna do the shit.
So now you were talking a ton of shit for that fight. Like
right.
obviously that's kind of your MO, and I fucking love you for it because you back it up. You're not one of these people like Angela Magana. I love Magana, but her record.
We love Magana. Wait, hold on.
I like
hold on.
Magana.
Hold on. Is that on record? Is this thing recorded?
Yeah, it's recorded. I don't love Magana. I
love Magana.
You're married.
What just happened?
Trust me, if I'm going to cheat, it's not with Magana. All right,
Please.
Right.
No, it's not going to be with Magana at all.
Actually, Corey Holcomb has a bit how like he cheats with really ugly chicks, so that way he tells his girl, "You think I would fuck her?" It's actually not a bad idea.
It's a great idea.
But I'm saying some people talk shit and can't back it up.
Yeah,
You could back it up. However, in this fight, you didn't back it up. And yes, we have excuses. Now, do you feel like, because I know you were off social media for a while, were you eating humble pie? Were you a little bit like, because I wouldn't be if I were you because of how good you are, but I could see someone like you.
Nah, I mean, I don't really be talking shit. You know what I mean? I mean, I do talk shit sometimes.
Let me pull up the tweets.
Really?
You went to Ireland and said "fuck you" to everybody in Ireland. Then you went,
then I went after into the bars, and the folks love me down there.
Oh, they do. Then you went to Brazil and you talked shit to all the Brazilians.
That's true as well.
It's next level talking shit. Yeah. I mean,
true. But a lot of what I say, at least, I'm just be speaking the truth. You know what I mean? I just tell you how it is, and I just keep it uncensored. So I'm gonna just tell you if I feel like I'm gonna beat your ass, like I'm telling you, I'm gonna fuck you up. And I mean, win, lose, or draw. If you catch me up in there, whatever, within the 25 minutes, if you catch me, you catch me. But within that time, I'm gonna fuck you up, right, and you gonna know, like, you know, you've been in a fight, like, at least. So it's not really like,
I'm not saying you don't back it up, but I'm saying, was there a moment of like, I'm getting off social media, I'm getting away from everybody?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, there's definitely that, but I think that's just as naturally.
No, because if you would have won, you'd be on that fucking Twitter.
Probably.
You'd be calling out every Diaz brother, fucking Stipe Miocic, fucking GSP.
And it would have probably been worse for me because my work rate already at that point was way too high, and my body just was not keeping up with it. And honestly, I feel like if I would have won, I would be better. I'd be worse off right now.
Come on.
No, I really do. Like, I mean, maybe that's just me, like, trying to see the light in it. But really, like, that shit is just, you know, like, I don't really never chase fame even. You know what I mean? Like, when people recognize, like, I don't really fuck with it too much. Like, I really don't like it. Like, I just want the money. Like, out of all else, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you ain't got to know who I am. Like, I be keeping it real low key. I just want a bunch of money. Like, so if I would have won that fight, I think things would have been worse out for me now, because guys, even like I went up to Drysdale's this morning and I got tapped out by everybody in the building. You know what I mean? If I would have won and I would have walked in with like a gold belt, or people would have just known or whatever, like, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you guys play up into the ego. Like, you see it with guys like Connor. Like, Connor wouldn't go over to Drysdale's, and he wouldn't even go to Drysdale's in the first place because those dudes are too good, and they would fuck him up, and they would like spin him like a top on the middle of the mat, and he would never get better. So now at least I can sit back, you know, be a little more humble, and that's where you get. Well,
better. You have unlimited potential, and I from the first time you guys stepped on the first time I ever watched your fight with Ali Akinta, I remember people saying, like, even Rogan was like, "Whoa, like this young generation is gonna be." And that's the truth. I mean,
thank you.
And the guys even you've beat. I mean, Michael Chiesa, Torado, what's his name?
Trinaldo.
I mean, you've beaten all these guys, and I mean, even your James Mutsari fight was like, this dude's doing karate kicks to you. You do karate kicks back to him. You don't even do karate kicks.
Right, yeah.
But I can do that shit. You just wanted to prove that you can do it. And I'm like, so it's the level that you're going to be at is unbelievable.
Oh, so, my man. I appreciate it. You know, and
I see it. So
that's why. How you really feel.
It's the truth. It's the truth. But I was like, fuck, man. I hope he doesn't you know, because sometimes guys, they talk a lot of shit and then they lose and then they kind of go in this weird downward spiral.
Ain't shit changing with me. Like, ain't shit changing. I took a little bit of time just to heal my body and just to, you know, heal my mind and, you know, holidays and everything too. So I'm trying to spend it with like a lot of family. And then I've been doing a lot of traveling too. Like a lot of things are changing. Like I'm getting ready to sign this new management deal, which is going to change a lot of shit. Cause, you know, then I feel like that's going to take my potential even more. So I didn't want to stay into the, you know, you have to balance the media too. I feel like, you know, there's a point where you got to be out there, but then there's a point where you got to like, and I've studied like a lot of promotion and studied a lot of fighters that have made their name through how doing this shit, and it's different levels to it. You know, like some days you just got to back off. Like you can't want to always be up in the center of it. You know what I'm saying? Because then people get tired of it.
So, now, sorry about your coach, by the way. If you guys don't know, Robert Fallis was one of your coaches. He committed suicide. Yeah. Sorry about that. That's awful.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's what can you do? What can you do? It's said and done. I went and I said it with his girl and his brother for a long time the other day, and they made me feel a closure to it. It is what it is. I'm trying my best to look at the positive side of it, and like I said, I'm gonna get that gold belt for him because this really meant more than anything in life to him. You know, it kept him alive for a lot longer than he would have been, and I'm gonna get that gold belt, and it's gonna be for him. Even if, you know, people keep asking me like, "Oh, how am I gonna replace him, or who am I gonna look for, whatever." I really don't feel like Rob brought a lot to the game that other people just can't, and it can't be replaced. And he understood me a lot better than any other coach could. And he understood like my mindset a lot better than any coach. So I'm not going to even try and replace him. Like I'm a supplement with whatever I got to do. But a lot of what he brought wasn't like one technique or right. You know, it wasn't wrestling or anything. It was the mental side. And I'm going to keep that shit if he here or not.
Are you gonna train at Extreme Couture still? Is that you?
Yeah. I'll still be in Extreme.
Now, speaking of which, Mayweather. I know you and Mayweather. Did you spar with Mayweather before Conor?
No. We never actually did. We never got around to sparring.
Was he mad at you for something? I
was moving around. I was getting ready to fight too. So by the time that they had asked me to, my fight was coming up. So I'm like, all right, I gotta focus on my own self. You know, and they understood it. So
now Mayweather. I said he might go do MMA.
Yeah.
And that he's been training.
Oh, my God.
People say he's been training 2 or 3 years in jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Is there any...
Who said that?
That's the word on the street.
Who said that?
That's the newest rumor. That's the newest rumor.
Who's saying that? Look, if and I said this the other day, like, if Mayweather was to do it, and, I mean, he could do it, but...
How's he going to
do it? I just don't see no signs of him doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm around this, like, he's not doing no kickboxing.
So you haven't seen him pulling go-go platters in the gym? Or?
Come on. Mayweather ain't putting up with that shit. This nigga 40 years old.
He's going to do icy hot commercials.
Yeah, right. That ain't... Look, I'm telling you right now, that ain't going to happen.
So you haven't seen any of that?
Nah, if he do, then... I mean, I get a man more respect than I already have for him if he end up doing that, because some little, you know, he's gonna have to fight the smallest guy in the UFC for one, and then the dude's gonna toy with him, and it's gonna be embarrassing.
Really
I don't see it happening.
Now people have saying that you and Gaethje might be a potential next matchup. Did you watch? You watched obviously the Alvarez fight. What did you think about that?
The good thing is I got a lot of options now. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting on it. I'm taking some time because when I come back, I'm gonna be way different. Who it is that I come back against? Who lucky enough to and who dumb enough to sign that line? Like that, I don't know. That's still kind of up in the air. You know, we got Khabib and
Barboza.
Barboza are fighting this weekend. I'm gonna be in the building for that.
Now, if you fought Gaethje, would you be?
I like a little bit better than Gaethje.
Well, yeah. Now, a lot of times they do. 2 people are coming off losses, 2 people coming off wins. That's how they match. Yeah. Now, Gaethje, would you get into one of his ridiculous rock'em sock'em robot fights with him, or would you be smarter?
Oh no, I'm gonna keep hitting him until he. And you know, he don't even realize it now. He gonna realize it. Like that chin is gone. Like I'm gonna touch him and he gonna fall. Like that's it. It ain't gonna be no punch back. It ain't gonna be no sitting behind his guard. I'm gonna keep touching him and he gonna fall. And then once he falls, I'm gonna get on top of him and I'll beat the fuck out of him. Like that's the game of it.
I got kind of turned on. I'm gonna touch him. I'm gonna get on top of him. And I'm gonna fuck the shit out of him.
I mean, no lie though, no lie. With Gaethje or Alvarez, whichever one.
Damn.
Like I like either one. Like those are good fights. They both like to take a lot of damage. I like to give a lot of damage. It sounds like a match made in heaven.
Smarter fighter than that, though, right? I mean, you're not. Gonna,
of course.
I mean, I thought you were a smart fighter until you went back into a triangle after you escaping an armbar. So now I'm not so sure. But I mean, it seems like you're not gonna get into one of these like Michael Johnson.
Oh
like,
no.
He was the perfect fighter for Gaethje because Mike Johnson he's gonna get sucked into that kind of a fight.
Yeah, and Johnson's much smaller. You know what I mean? Doesn't have as much power. Doesn't have the strength and like the clinch to really like hold him or move him. And I would just beat him everywhere if Gaethje was the one to come back. But I don't even know if it's gonna be Gaethje. We'll see. I'm gonna sit on it. Like I said, Khabib and Barboza are fighting this weekend. I'm interested in that. I don't know. It's gonna be a close one. I see Barboza's got that firepower. He'll win like the first round, maybe round and a half, and then he'll break because I don't know. Barboza like a little bitch, but if he wasn't such a little bitch, then he should smoke Khabib.
Why is he a little bitch?
He bitch out in some fights. Like let's be honest. Like you watch his fights just as much as I do. He be bitching out.
When is he, who is he pissed out against?
Like honestly, like I think what it is.
He got caught against Tony.
I mean, no, you could just see the mindset switch. You know, it's just like Michael Johnson. Like Michael Johnson, he bitch out in fights. I mean, he'll tell you, like he bitches out. Like it's cool.
He's not gonna say I bitched out in fights.
He probably ain't gonna tell you like on air or nothing, but because they ain't real like that. Like I mean, but he do. Barboza, what I feel like is he's such a good athlete. He's probably so used to shit going his way. When shit don't go his way, then he bitch out, and that's what's gonna happen against Khabib. He gonna try his best. He gonna try his best, and then Khabib gonna still be there. Khabib still gonna be putting the pressure on him, and then he gonna bitch out, and it's gonna come down to the wire. I think it's gonna come down to a close fight, but I see maybe Khabib taking it. Barboza might edge it from his work in the early rounds. I don't know. We'll see.
Khabib has a 6-pack now. Have you seen it? Is it a picture of him?
Yeah, I've seen that.
He looks great.
Yeah,
now, but
like
a lot of times when fighters do that, like when fighters, it seems like a lot of times when fighters have like guts, like Johnny Hendricks when he had that like belly, he was knocking fuckers out.
Yeah.
Then he had an 8-pack and he got fucking shellacked.
True.
And it seems like a lot of times fighters, when they have that like gut, that weird belly, almost like that's like their thing and it's good for them. And then when you see guys get a new fitness trainer and like, yeah, that's great if it was a bodybuilding competition, but in fights, is there some kind of a fear of that happening with Khabib?
I mean, maybe. I think what it is just changing up what got you there. You know what I mean? Like you gotta dance with the one that you that you came with. Like why change? You know, I think he's listening to too much of the criticism. You know, people giving him too much shit about the weight and the tiramisu and them Russians. Like they some proud motherfuckers. Like if you talk about them in one area or another, they gonna try and prove you wrong. So like if you talk about he fat and he out of shape, he gonna be like, all right, well I'm about to show you. Like I can be smaller than you ever seen before, and it just fucks up his whole formula. You know, because Khabib is normally the bigger, stronger fighter. If he came into this week at 169, he probably only gonna balloon back up to 171, something like that, you know, 172. He might take away a lot of his strength and listen to people.
You talked a lot of shit about Dagestanis.
Sure.
And now when you go on Instagram, do they just attack you? The people from, because like,
I don't even really go on it, but yeah, they do.
You don't even know what they're saying, these people?
Not, it's a couple that are around the gym because Dewey Cooper, he trains a lot of Russian fighters. It's a couple around the gym, and they'll show me like the tweets, and they'll show me like, especially on Instagram, like they'll show me on Instagram, and then they'll translate the shit for me. And then a couple of them, I even had a couple of them like make videos back in Russian for me. Wow. And like trying to talk to the folks. I don't even like going back. I don't go back and forth with the trolls. Don't feed the trolls. I'll let them have
Russian kid on my team, like from Dagestan, nicest kid in the world. But it's actually hard to coach him because he does kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and boxing. He's 12 years old, and he has like an out of shape look. But he has that style where his wrestling is like his single, like snatch singles. He doesn't shoot in really. His upper body. But he's great, but it's different wrestling than I'm used to teaching. Yeah. So it's hard to actually, I don't want to ruin what he's doing right, but at the same time, it's hard to coach that.
It's Russian style. When I was up in Canada and I was training a little bit with George, we went to one of those those Russian, and it was just straight, freestyle. And the coach didn't even coach. You know what I mean? The coach was just sitting there while there was like a 4-hour practice going on, and you kind of just get up and you just ask somebody like, hey, you want to go over there and wrestle? And like they'll go over there and you have a full match, and they'll try and fuck you up. Like it's not like really like a team aspect. Like I feel like American style is a little bit different than that Russian style. Like they just got a different style of wrestling. It's weird and it's different. But then that's why I want to, I tried to show it against the Dagestani kid when I fought in Ireland. My style just better. Like, and I was gonna show it. I was gonna show it versus Khabib too. I told him I wasn't bullshitting. Like me and Khabib can have a full-on wrestling match, and I'm a tech for them. Like my style just better. Like they got their own thing, what they doing. But
now, last time you went to Ireland, you said the girls looked unhealthy, and you said that everyone looks like just strange out there.
Sound like something I would say.
Did any blowback from Irish women?
Oh yeah, a lot of it. I mean, but I get blowback, man. Come on, that's just the name of the game. Look, when you get out there and you say enough shit, like some shit gonna come back to you. So
it was so funny. I think people know that like you're kind of kidding around though, and they realize you're a nice guy. And
to a certain extent, I be kidding.
Oh, really? Yeah. So you didn't,
I mean, they do got bad genetics.
You said that.
It's true. Like they know it though, don't they?
I don't.
They gotta know it.
Why do they have bad genetics?
They gotta know it.
Come on.
I mean, it's just.
You said it was. They said that it was like recessive genes. They have lots of, I don't think.
I mean, that's what it is, though. I'm not lying. It's a recessive gene. Like when you pale and have orange hair, like it's recessive. Like I mean, I took genetics in college or high school.
Yeah,
they say like it's genetics. It's like 1 out of like
and they said Irish people
1 out
have
of 16
bad
chance.
Genes. That they said they have bad genes.
It's a 1 out of 16 chance that you look like that. And y'all all look like that. Like it's gotta be.
So you think Canelo has bad genetics?
I mean, he got recessive genes for sure, for sure. Compared to the rest of Mexicans, I mean, look, come on, black is beautiful. Black come on, it's gonna overshadow it. So if you ain't got no black in your life, you going wrong,
you're
right?
White and saying this,
You're black?
Yeah.
No, people always think you're half black.
I thought
right?
you're Hispanic.
I am half black, but
you are half black.
I don't know what the other half is.
Probably
Actually,
Dominican.
For Christmas, I got a
Answers.com?
Yeah, the ancestry thing. So I still ain't filled it out yet. You spit in the cup and.
But you know your dad, right? You know your dad. Your biological dad.
Yeah. No, my dad's black. My dad's full black. My mom is mixed with something. We just ain't sure. My mom was adopted as a kid, so she was adopted by a black family. Yeah, they still together. Yeah, they've been together for 28 years.
Did they
I
come
don't
to
know
your
how the
fight?
fuck they did it. Yeah, they were front row in the fight. Yeah, that was actually not a great idea to have them there. Probably made me a little more charged up than normal because they never come to any of my fights. That was the only one they came to. Probably won't be at another one.
Yeah.
Right.
Hate to say that, but either that or I'll learn to deal with it better. I feel like next time, it's the first time for everything, and I feel like next time I can deal with it better.
Now what?
Good.
Go on.
I think anywhere performing, when you perform, you like your family there?
No,
right?
No,
I hate it.
Not at all.
If anyone
It kinda
goes
throws
there,
you
I go,
off, huh?
I don't want to be here no more.
Yeah.
It kind of throws you off a little
bit. Fighting and you have family there, forget
I don't even
that.
want my wife there because I look at her to see what she's laughing
Yeah,
at.
it's the worst.
I remember because I was dancing on the way to the cage, and then once I got in, I kind of move around a lot anyway, and I remember looking out into the crowd, and the first face I saw was my dad, and he was just as hype as I was, and it made me even more because I could tell it wasn't like it was like a hype nervous. You know what I mean? Like some people when they get nervous, like they move a lot or they like get fidgety. And I could see it in his face, and then that made me a little, it triggers something. You know what I mean? When you see somebody, I'm pretty sure it's the same for comedians. Yeah. Like if you look out into the crowd and you see somebody that you know,
oh, I hate it,
and then they're in a bad mood, it kind of puts you in a.
Oh well, yeah, they're not laughing.
State.
Now, did they come to your wrestling matches when you were younger?
They would come to some, but they really didn't give a fuck. Like my mom would be. Look up, she's like, "Oh, you won! All right, cool." And then she go back down and doing her phone, like she there, but she there just for the ride.
How many brothers do you have?
I got 2 younger brothers
and sisters.
1 older sister. My sister's 29, but she lives in Chicago.
You guys
my 2
close?
younger brothers live here. Yeah, we all super close, especially my younger brothers. I'm super close with them. The one brother who's 21, who just fought this last weekend, knocked the kid out in the first round. Quick, got in, got out. He'll be in the UFC by next year for sure.
Wow.
And my youngest brother is 17. He might get into fighting too. We don't know. We still,
Is he wrestling?
you know, he's still in the. He should be. He ain't
He's got some
because he's a
issues?
fucking dickhead. But
Yeah, I
you know
got
that's
you.
how it is. But,
PS4, just playing video games.
yeah. I mean, not even that. I wish he was doing that too. They'd be a lot better off. You know, it's these kids these
PS
days,
for, like,
man.
pussy for.
These right. That part. That's exactly.
That part.
Now you were training with George St. Pierre.
Yeah. Right before the fight.
What was that like?
It was cool. You know, it's kind of, it was good for me to see that level because it's levels to the game, you know? So when you see that level to where he was already been there, done that, and then doing it again, and I got to just peek into, like, what really, like, what does he do? Like, that's what I try and do. Like, I try and be around the Floyds. I try and be around the Georges just so I can see, like, what do you, like, how is he that good? And it really did open my eyes to a lot of what it was.
Like what?
It's even hard to explain. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different type of mindset too. You know, he was really, as a fighter, you kind of have to be selfish. Like you talked about earlier, like I didn't want answering my phone is on. Like, you kind of got to do that. You kind of got to preserve your mental health. And he even told me that right before the fight. He shot me like a quick text or whatever, and he was like, you know, the mental game at this level is where it's at because everybody's skill is so close that if one guy has that edge in the mental aspect, and I can see that's how he trains too. And I learned a lot from the shit.
So it's kind of also about him in training. Like he kind of, like it's about getting him better. Is that what you're saying as far as?
It's about him, but it's not like he's, and George is like the nicest dude in the world anyway. So he's never a dickhead to anybody. You know, he's never like an asshole. He was always like real inviting. You know, he let guys take him, or I mean, he wouldn't let him, but you know, guys would take him down. He wouldn't bitch about it. Guys would tap him out, whatever.
You saw George get tapped in practice?
Yeah, I mean that's the name of the game. You know, like you gonna get tapped,
That's
you
like
gonna get
watching
taken down,
Jordan
you gonna get
dunked
fucked
on.
up.
You're like, oh, this never happened.
Oh my god!
Holy
But it
shit.
happens all the time. Like people just don't see it because you see the highlights all the
You're
time.
a world
but
star.
It's gotta. But the thing is, it's gotta happen.
Yeah.
You know, like it's gotta happen for you to get better. Like that's where
I
you
got
get
taken
better.
down
at.
by one of my kids that I used to coach the other day. He was in middle school, and I was in high school as a junior. I hadn't wrestled in 5 years because I had knee surgery and everything. I go. There was a one kid that's like ranked 8th in the state. I'm like, oh, let me go at 190. Then one little 140 pounder was like, want to go? I'm tired. Fucking double legs me. I'm like, all right, we're going again. I was like, fuck that. I taught you this.
Then you gotta fuck him up.
Yeah, then I fucked him
Then
up.
you gotta fuck him
Then I
up,
pinned him
right?
in like 30 seconds, but I still outweighed him by 35 pounds, so it didn't really feel that good. But I'm like, I still got it. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you got to at a certain point. You know, it's gonna get a dick swinging contest. Like I still get into them all the time too. That's why on certain sparring days and shit, I don't even go down there because I already know I'm gonna get into a dick swinging contest with some young kid. Because at a certain point, like when the new guys come in, they're like, oh, that's a guy like in the UFC is already blah blah blah. Like, let me go whoop his ass. So like I can feel it. And like if you try and do that, like I'm gonna fuck you up.
Did you spar with George?
No, we didn't do any sparring, but you know, I just got to train with him a lot and
Now
move around
the
with
word
him.
is George,
Stronger than a motherfucker.
The word is George likes huge black women. Like that's his thing. Was that who was hanging out around there?
I've heard that too. I mean, all he did was really just train because my brother was fighting
That's
too.
why he
so
had you around.
I was bopping and moving. But I had heard that too, and heard that from people that are like pretty close.
Nothing wrong with that. I think that's cool. No.
Come to Vegas next time you in. I'll look you up. Like I got the.
But I heard he would like
got him on
pass
speed
up
dial.
like I had heard he would like pass up like who's what's the quarterback Brady like Giselle for like Monique. That was the like Precious is his kind of girl.
I mean, to each his own.
That's I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people like it.
To each his own.
Yeah, no, to each his own.
I mean,
Exactly.
He doing his thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to see him at a black club though. Like,
Well, you ain't see his little Pelly coat. That one really got to me. He was wearing a big ass Pelly.
oh, hell yeah.
I wanted to text him like, hey George, like, you know, stick with the OVO. You know, we you know, Pelly was about 10, 15 years ago. You about missed that wave. You about missed the Joel Santana wave.
So what now? Okay, so this girl you're dating now. Did you know her before your fight?
No, not at all.
After your fight. So where did you meet this girl?
Oh, after this last fight, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh no, I knew her before this fight.
And what did she do?
I'm been seeing her since maybe about March or so.
And what did she do?
She just too far.
Come on, you can tell us what she does.
No, she's just like a manager at this
One of the nightclubs.
No, hell no. I don't fuck with girls. I do not fuck with girls in the industry, especially living in Vegas. Like that's just how it is. Like you see a bunch of strippers
She's
and
a manager at Whole
like,
Foods.
If I ever just at the she works for the government for like the trash. What the fuck?
Waste management.
Yeah, waste management.
Oh wow, you got a government.
That's a good job.
Yeah,
though. That's
yeah,
a good.
yeah.
They make good money.
Yeah, they do.
My uncle works there.
They do pretty good. So she manages like 2 or 3 buildings, I think.
Yeah. That's dope.
But like I don't fuck with no industry girls. Like if I find out like a chick is, for one, they annoy the fuck out of me. Like they just do. Like guys think like I don't know. I don't even want them like 10s and the strippers and all. Like I don't even fuck with. Like they just annoy me. You know what I mean? Like they don't have nothing going for them. You know what I mean? You can't really hold a conversation with them. It's just like you hit and split and like that's it. Like
So you met your girl when you had
get
no
over
money.
that shit.
When you had no money.
No, he had some money.
You had some money?
He
I
didn't
was
have the
doing
same
all right.
money.
I was doing all right. Yeah, I was doing all right. You know, your boy been doing a minute.
Like school teacher money?
A little bit better because I was fighting. I kind of fight a lot. Yeah, like the principal. I was like the principal of a high school for sure.
Mr. Belding money.
But it ain't bad though. You know what I mean? Especially,
Now, when you got divorced, did your wife have to take half your money?
Oh no! Come on. What type of sucker you think I am? Like, what you think I get played for?
How long were you married for?
Little over about a year or so.
Oh yeah, they can't touch anything.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, spousal support. I've already been through this. You gotta be up for at least 3-4 years. 10 years, you owe them for life.
Wow.
You have kids?
Oh really?
You have kids?
10 years?
All right, I'm gonna get divorced.
Hell no.
Even if you date a girl for 10 years plus and it's like exclusive and you guys split up, she's accustomed to that lifestyle.
It's like
you
I'm
owe her
getting
spousal
divorced.
support.
I'm getting
10 years?
divorced.
Yeah,
I'm
10
getting
years.
divorced in 8 years.
9
And then we'll break up, get back together.
9.99.
No. Where is now? I would assume, Kevin, you're a I knew you back in the day when you were in your like player days. It would take for a girl to get you. She would have to not sleep with you for 4 dates. At least 4 dates, right? If a girl bangs you the first night, you're not calling her again.
Yeah, that's probably about true. I mean, maybe not 4. 4 is like a little like, you on the other side of it. You know what I mean? Now it's just like, all right, you doing too much. But if you say 3, yeah, the first night, like, nah, that ain't home.
So she didn't bang you for 3 nights, this girl.
Just about, yeah. I mean, I had seen her like, I would see her around anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She would like come out of gyms and stuff like that too. So I would see her around anyway. So we kept seeing each other here and there.
Is that where you met her at the gym?
On and off. Yeah, at the gym. So
okay, so you're working her out.
She's picking up the trash from the gym. And then
So you see her, she's wearing her spandex, she's doing squats, and you're looking over like, oh, who's that girl? And then now do you go over and say, hey, I'm Kevin Lee, I'm ranked 4th in the world, or how do you?
No, I mean, that's a douchebag as fuck. Like I don't even like. She didn't even know I fought until right before my Michael Chiesa fight,
right.
Because that thing had kind of blew up on it blew up on everything. Like it was on ESPN, it was on SportsCenter and all that. So she saw me on TV and she was like, wait, hold on. Like, she knew that I fought, but she didn't know to what level. You know what I mean? Because you get, like, especially in Vegas, you get a lot of people that, like, they work at Foot Locker, and they show up to Mayweather's every now and again, hit a little pads, take a picture for Instagram, and they call themselves fighters.
Yeah.
But then when she seen me on TV,
like
she was
Barbosa.
like... But then when she see me on TV, she was like, oh, like you for real, like you really, like I'm like, yeah, I kind of the whole time.
She sounds black the way you're talking about her.
She's black.
Okay,
She's black and Japanese.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
All right.
She got a tight
I'm gonna follow her right now.
Yeah, Gordon.
So she's got a tight, like I would say that's the perfect size vagina.
Big butt.
Right?
I'm just
a bit, yeah. I mean,
you ever wrestle?
You hitting it?
You guys
just
wrestle?
about on
Do you
the
wrestle
nail.
her?
Yeah, I throw her around a little bit here and there.
No. After your fight, I know. Like I talked to what's his name, Jimmy, the guy whose fight got canceled. Jimmy.
It's Faguza.
No. Jimmy's supposed to fight a guy. Jimmy's supposed to fight a couple days ago, but he was supposed to fight.
Oh, Jimmy Rivera.
Jimmy Rivera.
Okay,
right.
sure.
And he said he came to my comedy show, and I told his wife during the show, I said, you better give him a blowjob tonight. And she said, I tried last night, but he was too grumpy because his fight came up. Right? And she said that in front of the whole crowd. So then I said, don't worry, I'll fill in for him. Now, after your fight, does that night, okay, you go back home with your girl, is she like, I'll make you feel better giving you a blowjob, or does she know?
Absolutely. No,
Okay,
absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I don't never feel too bad for that.
Yep.
I mean, shit, it'd be
Good
some
man.
nights it'd be some nights I'm exhausted, like been traveling all day, been having to do media, doing this and that. I come back and she just like, all right, I got you. And I'm like, yeah,
waste
that's a real,
management.
like shit.
That's that Japanese
she'll put me in a
That's the
bathtub.
Japanese
Like
side.
it really is. Like she got that kind of like motherly side to her too. Like
That's-
she put me in
Does
a
she make you-
bathtub.
no,
Like
My girl's
wipe me
Asian.
down. Like
My girl's Asian. She's so
see,
takes care of you.
You got it. Then
Yeah.
you on the way.
Yeah, white girls aren't so good.
Now, does she make you go to the gym? Does she make you go to the shower after you come back from the gym? Right, you're tired. Does she make you shower first, then blowjobs and sex, or does she go right to the stinky?
No, I mean, in general, I shower anyway. You know what I mean? Like, look, your boy just had staph. Like now, I'm a little even more on edge about this shit. I shower after everyone now. So,
Right.
but I be keeping my shit straight anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah, I shower. I like to shower too. I'm always afraid that like.
Right. Good,
like,
good
I'm
save.
always-
Good save.
Yeah,
Good
no,
save.
it's true. I'm always afraid. No, I always wipe my ass and shower before sex. I always
Yeah.
feel like I have to make sure everything. And my girl's like, "What are you doing in there?" Right?
Yeah.
She's like spread eagle. I'm like, "No, I have to make sure."
You're like, wait, hold that thought. Hold that thought 1 second. You a better man than me because I don't know if I would give a fuck.
Now, all right, let's talk about the fights this week. I know Jack's a hardcore bettor.
Hardcore.
He
better.
always asks me. He's always like, "Who do you have?" Right? And then I always give him, and I always get like 4 to 5 right. And I
Yeah.
always feel bad. I always get that one wrong.
Yeah, but he's pretty good. He's like 99%, right?
But I fuck up the parlay because the one.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
like, ugh.
yeah.
so that's what I started. I haven't been telling him, but I've been like, instead of doing like a 5-game parlay, I've been like 2 parlay, 2 parlay. And I'll win
That's
something.
probably your better.
Yeah.
You're probably better off there. If you want to make some money this weekend, I
Yeah.
think home is the bet, especially
Really?
at 3 to 1. Home for sure. I mean,
I was already.
there is a chance that she will lose because Cyborg hasn't been coming out as aggressive in these last couple fights. If Cyborg comes out aggressive, Home is gonna beat her 9 times out of 10. She hasn't been coming out as aggressive, so I can kind of see Cyborg maybe pacing herself a little bit, maybe picking her shots a little bit better than she used to, but. Still at 3 to 1, I gotta go
But
with
you don't
Holly.
think Cyborg will just get her against the cage, take her down, and just beat the shit out of her?
I don't think she can get her against the cage for one. Holly's movement is great, and Holly's great with counter strikes and throwing those punches out there and letting you walk into them. Even in a lot of the fights that Cyborg lost in Lion fight, that's what the girls would do. They'd be a little bit longer.
She lost one fight.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what she would do.
Yeah.
She walk into the power, and if you do that versus Holly, like you gonna Holly's a fantastic counter striker. She does much better against aggressive fighters.
You just
so.
made this fight so much more interesting because I was thinking that.
I know. I was listening to him.
I was thinking. Well, my point was that okay, Holmes a 135 pounder. Cyborg's cutting from like 175. She's a fucking solid like 170 pounder. Holm isn't even ranked top 3 in 135. So now we're just putting her up at 145 for no good reason. She lost to Misha Tate. I mean, how do you think Cyborg versus Misha Tate would do?
I think it's the styles. You got to look at the styles of the fight. And Holly's a big girl. Like Holly might have a little bit of size on her, but Holly a big motherfucker.
You're
She
right.
got some
3 to
legs
1.
to her too. Like she.
Okay, so if it was even, you'd bet on Cyborg.
But how do you think she would win if she were to win?
Let's just say if it was even, I would probably go Cyborg. But at 3 to 1, I gotta go with Holly. If Holly's gonna win, I think it's gonna be a decision. It's gonna come down to the wire. If anything, you haven't seen anybody really hurt Holly. Holly does a great job of moving out the
Good
way.
point.
You
She
know
got
what I mean?
choked out, right?
She does a
She
great
got
job of.
choked out in the 5th round.
By the little
She was
chick.
tired.
Yeah,
Misha,
she
right?
was
Misha.
tired and Misha jumped on her back, but I don't see
Yeah.
Cyborg.
Then she
Cyborg's
lost
not that quick
Then
either.
she lost to Carolina, the other girl though. Didn't she lose to?
Yeah.
She lost another fight.
They should make it 5
no,
to
she
1.
lost to Shevchenko. I want to say.
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah,
The
she lost to
kickboxer.
Shevchenko. Yeah, but again, it was the same way because you had 2 counter strikers. I feel like if Shevchenko would have been more aggressive, Holly would have beat her. I
boring
thought that it was, and it ends up being boring. I think this fight's going to be really exciting. I think it's going to be good, but I think it's going to be surprising because Holly's going to do a lot better than
you
people
just
think.
sold me. Kevin Lee just fucking sold me.
All right, Kevin. So where are we sitting at the fight?
All right, so Tim. All right, so Tim Elliott versus Mark De La Rosa. You know anything about Mark De La Rosa? He's undefeated, 9-0.
That fight's on this card?
Yeah,
Tim's fighting on this card?
yeah.
I did not know that actually.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Mark De La Rosa?
Damn, I need to reach out to Tim then. Is that the same kid that he was supposed to fight in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
9-0.
The kid that yeah. He's newcomer. but I think he's got 9 knockouts straight.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a good fight.
So, that means the other guy, Tim's gonna lose.
Tim's a hell of a wrestler though. Tim's a hell of a wrestler. He's got a lot of experience. I think even if De La Rosa can catch him, he ain't gonna be able to finish him, especially at one.
He lost to that guy Ben Wynn or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, true. But Ben can fight. Like Ben's very, very good. Even when Ben came down here and he came over to Drysdale's, I said it back then. Ben's very good, and he's a very good grappler. I don't think this kid's as good of a grappler, and Tim's way better. It's gonna come down to whether Tim can weather that storm in the first round. So I gotta go with the experience and the wrestler, probably with Tim Elliott. But the kid's live. You know what I mean? And
so who's the underdog? Who's the underdog?
I don't know. But I know that Tim Elliott is one of those dudes where, like, you bet against him, you're going to lose. You bet on him, you're going to lose. One of those fucking guys that, like, every time I'm like, this guy's going to lose.
Let me tell you a little bit about Tim, because Tim is Tim's been training down here with us. He was starting up the place with Flawless. Tim's one of the best guys in the game. Like, he really is. He's one of the greatest people. You know, he's just a good dude. He recently, like, took in this kid. I guess that his mom they were living next door, and his mom was on meth and, just not taking care of the kid. So now Tim's been taking care of this kid at like 9, 10 years old. I mean, I got to give like hats off to Tim Elliott. Shout out to Tim because he's the man.
Harris. You know Gerald Harris?
Yeah.
He's a wrestling coach for high school, and one of his kids was like saying, we're living in a car. So he's like, what? So he let the kid and his mom stay at his place. He didn't realize they had 5 other kids. So now he's got 6 kids and a mom, and he's got 4 kids of his own. He's got 10 kids living in a house in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
God damn. Yeah, I think Tim is similar. I think he's from Nebraska, and this is where it's at.
They're better people when it comes to family values. They're like people from New York and LA are like even my own family members. I'm like, wait, how long do you want to stay for? Like my brother and sister. I'm like, can you
just like stepping over. You're just like stepping over homeless people on the way out the door, on the way to your Tesla.
Oklahoma. When it comes to family values, I have to say people from the Midwest are just nicer when it comes to that kind of shit.
That is true. So shout out to Tim Elliott because I feel like I had to get that up out there because Tim will never talk about it. He's such a good guy. He'll never talk about it. But
they're fighting this week.
Yeah.
This weekend.
So Marvin Vittori, the Italian Dream from Italy, versus Omari Akhmedov. You know anything about these guys?
Nah, never.
All right,
heard
pass that one.
Yeah,
Louis Smoka against Mateus Nicola.
I know Smoker. Smoker's a great fighter.
Hawaiian.
I would just go with Smoker just because I know his name and I don't know the other dude's name.
I think he's won his last fight. No, he lost.
He lost. He's the reason why I lost that parlay.
Yeah, he's on a 3 fight.
Yeah, he ain't letting it go either. He's like, fuck that. I ain't bet nothing, no Smoker.
He hit me up and he's like, hey, how about I roast you? And I'm like, sure, why not? Your stand-up's worse than mine. And then he actually he's a good fucking joke about it. Miles Jury versus Rick Glenn. Rick Glenn training with Team Alpha Male.
That's a great fight.
Miles Jury, he's from Michigan? Or
yeah, he's originally from Michigan. I remember I used to watch him a lot. He's coming back, huh? I didn't think. I thought his last fight was at 145 when he fought Oliveira, and he lost to that fight. But I don't know. It's an interesting one. You don't really hear much from Miles Jury these days. I know he's
that one fight against Cerrone had me. I was there. And he was just kicking his ass, like literally soccer kicking his ass, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting one. Rick Glenn can really fight, so I'd probably go with Rick Glenn just because he's been more active too.
Team Alpha Male now.
And he's with Team Alpha Male, so he's probably gonna be geared towards that wrestling, ready to defend it and she'll whoop his ass on the feet.
Now, Cerrone's fighting Yancey.
I seen that.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, they want a barn burner, huh? They want them boys to go out and lose some brain cells. I don't know.
I mean, if you would have asked me this fight about this 2 years ago, I would have said Cerrone all day. Yancey's not in his league. But now,
I don't know, man. Yancey can fight.
Now it's a different story, and I feel like Yancey's on the way up.
Yeah.
And Cerrone, unfortunately, might have better days are behind him.
Yeah, for sure. And he might just be taking it just because he like to spend money. Like he's one of them dudes. I mean, shit, you can get caught up in that system. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. He gonna lose some brain cells in that one.
Now I know that you call Paige Van Zandt a 6, right?
Right.
You think she's a 6.
Yep.
She's fighting Jessie Jess.
Is she?
Yeah.
Who is Jessie Jess?
Jessie, she trains over at Syndicate. She's the one who had that boyfriend that was like beating her up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She just beat Jesse Jess beat Rowdy Beck.
Oh, okay.
She's got a nice ass. Jesse.
all
Good looking
right.
girl, Jesse Jess. She's got a tattoo on her face and is still hot for some reason. Normally, when girls have tattoos on their faces, I'm done. But who do you think wins that fight?
I don't know. Paige she's been coming back too. Paige has been doing her thing. Like I actually had to give her a little bit of respect for that too. After she took that whooping by Rose, it didn't really seem like it slowed her down too bad. It looked like it gave her. She ain't won since then? Oh, no. Wait. Ain't that after she knocked out the girl with the... She knocked out
Rowdy Beck, but I think she's on like a 2-fight losing streak, I believe. She lost to Rose.
I tried, Paige. Look, if you listen to this, I tried. Shit.
I think she lost to the Karate Hottie, I believe.
That's right. She lost to the Karate Hottie too.
Yeah, but those are two good girls.
Yeah, I mean, you talking about the top of the food chain, but, at least it didn't seem like it slowed her down too much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now do you still? I remember at one point you said that who's the guy that beat CM Punk, and then he beat Sage. He beat Sage Northcutt too. We don't even know his name.
Yeah, we don't even know his name.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but we don't know his name.
But you didn't say. But you thought he was not a real fighter.
Yeah.
Because he had.
Still. He just got his ass beat by Randy Brown.
That was a close fight.
He spent 2 rounds just laying on his back, like a little bitch. And I don't give you no respect for that. I'm sorry.
Come on, really?
I'm sorry. I mean, Randy Brown can fight like a motherfucker. That Randy Brown should have been the one that they were talking about before, during, and after the fight. But for people to still, and he fought up in. I was there for that
Mickey
fight
Gall.
in New York.
Mickey Gall.
Yeah, we don't know his name, but I was up there in New York, and everybody was rooting for the other guy, and I'm like, fucking Randy Brown was from Jamaica, Queens too, and it's like, damn.
Well, Mickey Gall's from New York too, though. Mickey Gall's from Long Island.
Sure, I guess, but I mean, whatever that means. He still got his ass whooped by a kid that's also from New York, and then he got his ass whooped. Like let's not even sugarcoat it.
All right, Dan Hooker versus Mark Diakis. Mark Diakis says that crazy, like throws fire bombs in there. Hooker is the hangman. Who do we like in this fight?
Yeah, I mean it's a highlight fight for Diakis for sure. That's just one of the ones, for you to go out, get your popcorn, sit there, and watch somebody get knocked the fuck out. Because I think Hooker is, he's like a C level UFC fighter, which is, I mean, it's still there, but you can still catch him maybe, but it's mostly just a highlight reel.
So we're okay. So you hear that? So we got Khalil Roundtree. Isn't that one of your training partners?
Yeah.
He's fighting Michael Olaksachuk from Poland.
You said it perfect.
Yeah.
Even had a little bit of phlegm in there. It was pretty good.
His nickname is Lord.
All right, we'll call him the Lord. But I don't know. That's gonna be a good fight. Khalil has told me a little bit about it. He said the kid's dangerous.
To Khalil during one of his fights, his mom.
But Khalil can fight,
and he yelled, "Shut up, mom!" during his fight.
That's awesome.
Khalil can fight. Khalil can fight a lot better than people realize. I think Khalil's gonna smoke him. No, I haven't sparred with him, but I've seen him move around a lot. I've seen him even his last fight up in Scotland. I mean, he beat the fuck out of that kid, and the kid was from Scotland, and he was going into enemy territory, and it didn't seem to faze him at all. He had his way with him, and whenever it looked like he was ready to knock him out is when he did. So I see this one going the same way, even though my man is kind of dangerous and unknown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes when you get that guy and he wants to make his name off of you, he can come with that little fire under his ass. But Khalil should take it.
All right, so now we got Carlos Condit against Neil Magny. Kevin
These are all
Lee.
UFC, right?
Do we like Carlos Condit or Neil Magny?
I'm going with Condit. I gotta go with Condit. The natural born killer. We gotta go with it. I mean, I think he's gonna have a little bit better finishing ability. He's gonna have a little bit more steam to him, and he coming back off of being retired.
He's the favorite.
So,
yeah. Well, Magny's
he's the
lost
favorite.
2 in a row. He's gotten killed his last couple fights.
Yeah, it seems like Magny has kind of been. It seems like he kind of been stagnant these past couple of times. I tell you what, he better turn it up because Condit gonna come out to fight. If Condit is coming back to fight, it's because he missed the game. He missed getting into these wars. So he gonna come in ready to put on the show.
Now, why did he retire? You know why?
Honestly, I think it was just, it's just been too much. You know what I mean? Too much damage. At a certain point, you kind of look at, I think guys look at it, especially when that age, he's already done had the title. He's already fought the biggest fights in the world. you know, he's fought some of the smallest fights. He's done it all. Been in war after war after war, and he sit back and, you know, spend some time with his family and not have to worry about it. But if he's getting that itch again and he wants to fight, I guarantee you it's because Condit missed the fight and he's gonna come out looking for it.
How many fights do you think you got left?
Me, I got a lot. I mean, I still got I still got at least 10 years. I think. By the time I'm like 33, 34, then I might look at doing something else. Might look at slowing down. But right now, I mean, shit, sky's the limit. I think at least 20. I don't know. I feel like I still, even now, like I want to get back in there a little bit sooner than I'm looking at. But
well, you didn't take that much damage in your fight.
It was a lot of damage before the fight,
yeah.
And it was a lot going on too. You know, I've been trying to get everything settled. You know, I was going through way too much at the time. You know, I had just bought my house, and it just was too much going on, too much travel, too much doing stuff. Over here in Henderson, isn't it?
You
Nice
got a pool?
motherfucker too. Yeah.
Let's go.
No
Why the
way.
hell are we here?
All
right.
Is it just you?
It's me and my brother. Yeah. Me and my younger brother. Yeah.
That's awesome. You have a dog?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, you don't like a dog?
Hell no, it was my brother's dog. It's my brother's dog. It's still a puppy, so he just untrained. He just ripping up shit in the house. You know what I mean? Every day I come home, the trash been going through.
You
like,
train a dog.
God, yeah, I know, but I already knew that. I can barely keep myself alive. That's why I ain't got no kids, because them motherfuckers be. You know, I think the first day that he got the dog, it was only like a couple weeks old, and he left it with me, and I forgot to feed it. And the dog like had a seizure, and he got low blood sugar.
Why is your dog?
I didn't know you had to feed him every day.
What, your dog's cutting weight too?
I didn't know you had to feed them every day.
Why the fuck would you not feed a dog?
I didn't know you had to do it every day though.
Do you eat every day?
I do, but I feed myself. I figure eventually, like
Did you graduate college?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you in all that. I'm with you in all that. But like, I wasn't really paying attention to the dog like that. I was doing my own thing. Like I'd be having shit going on.
A dog back in the day. You're telling me that
it was a puppy, right?
Yeah, it was
we should delete this part.
No.
Your dog is gonna be like, they're gonna look for
Who
it.
was your idol?
He's straight now though. He's straight now.
Was your idol Michael Vick? What is this shit? What do you mean you don't know how you feed a dog?
I mean, I just didn't think. I don't know. I always had cats before, and cats kind of just do their own thing. You know what I mean? Like they just take care of themselves. If you don't feed the cat gonna go out and it's probably gonna kill a bird or something, and it's gonna eat.
Where do you live in the jungle?
You're talking to Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. He has like 8 animals in his house.
So how long did you not feed the dog before it had a seizure?
It was probably about a day and a half or so.
Oh, all right, and then
it wasn't that long. You know what I mean?
The vet?
Yeah, we took him to the vet, and they just said he had low blood sugar.
Oh,
so now he's
it.
like addicted to candy. Like now, if he smells candy
He's
anywhere, like, he might be.
Wait.
This is terrible. Can we delete this part?
Candy's
poor dog.
This is brought to you by Pedigree.
It's okay. You learn. Hey man, look. Well now you know. So when you have a kid, you know you have to feed the kid. All right. So now they say it's a good
every
practice.
day apparently.
Every day, yes.
All right, gotcha.
Fucking his dog's cutting 22 pounds a night.
So that's how you did it.
So Carla Esparza versus Cynthia Calvillo. Good fight.
A lot of people are hype on that Calvillo.
Undefeated.
A lot of people are. I don't know. It's a good fight. Carla, you know, she's hit or miss. Sometimes, you know, you said that was like a lot of the women fighter though. You know, they be, you know, kind of little hit or miss. But it should be a good test for her, Calvillo. I know Calvillo's wrestling based too. If she can out grapple Carla, then I'll really give it to her. I really say this girl really
Carla's
got something.
An All-American wrestler.
Yeah, she's at least gonna hold her own. So it should be a good fight.
Who would you rather smash?
Between Carla and her, I don't really care for Carla too much. So
why?
Carla's a underdog.
Is she the underdog in that?
Yeah,
Plus 225.
Base, but I think Cynthia seems bigger. Doesn't she seem bigger?
Yeah, she seems like she is.
Who's in a
got
relationship?
little more,
are they dating?
She's a little more
Yeah.
athletic.
They're both dating.
Carla's terrible with men. I love Carla.
Oh, then Carla's gonna win.
Really?
She's angrier.
You said she's terrible with men.
Yeah.
She's some dick. She's
I don't
angry.
know. She's always she comes to my shows with these boyfriends, and I'm always like, "Hey, how's your boyfriend?" It didn't work out like the next week, and then they're back together, and then they're done, and the friends all hate the boyfriend. It just some girls are just bad at picking dudes.
Yeah,
I mean guys are just as bad.
Yeah.
But I think Carla's gonna walk in, look at Cynthia, her boyfriend's be by the ring, and she'll be that fucking bitch still with him, and then she's gonna fuck her up.
She's Latina and Irish.
Could happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could
Oh,
happen.
shit.
Could happen. Yeah. Oh, is she Latina?
Yeah, she's Latina and Irish.
So she has orange hair too.
and then we're picking Khabib, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I say I'll go with Khabib on a close one.
And then
You think he's gonna win by decision or a knockout?
Yeah, I think it'll be a decision.
Dude, that's a big question for gambling.
anything,
It changes everything. You know, if you pick Holly Holm to win in the 5th round, it's plus 30. So it's like, yeah, it's like 30 to 1.
That's too much right there.
Yeah, that's a big gamble.
Can we
that you
call
want
her
with
and we'll
too.
split it?
In the 5th round, do you think she can? I don't know. That's a big gamble to pull off. Holly doesn't really have that much stopping power. You know what I mean? With her kicks, she does. But if Cyborg does one thing, Cyborg keeps good defense down the middle, especially for the kicks. You know, she's trained in Muay Thai for a long time, so I think she'll be ready for the
What
kicks.
about Cyborg in submission? Do you think she could do that? Take her out by submission? No,
Nah.
Yeah, that's
that ain't gonna happen.
8 to 1 right there.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
So the Bellator heavyweight tournament. I know that you're very excited about this.
Yeah.
It's Rampage, Chael Sonnen,
Aren't we all?
Matt Mitrione,
Aren't we all?
Roy Nelson, Fedor.
Keep going.
Who else is in there? Congo's not in it. He should be. Ryan Bader is in it.
What is this, 2005?
Fucking
Throwback Thursday.
2005 BC.
Throwback Thursday.
2005 before Christ. So now, So who do you have winning this tournament?
The whole tournament, you got to look at who can recover, who's the youngest and can recover the fastest, because that's going to be probably and can keep that pace. I probably would go with Bader for some reason. Like that's the one that kind of stands out amongst all of them.
Why is Phil
Rampage.
Davis
I don't know. Is Phil in it?
No,
he's not in it.
He should be in it.
It was Bader and then Mitrione was the other one. I think it'll come down to either one of those two. Mitrione has a little more athleticism, but Bader has just got that. Bader competed in college. He understands how a tournament works too. So I think he'll have a little bit of that experience to fall back on.
Rampage is like 315 right now, 320.
Is he?
He's huge.
Yeah, I believe it.
Like they said, he has got bigger tits.
Rampage be doing his thing.
Yeah. Like he could be a ring girl with these tits. But now he's fighting Chael January 20th.
Yeah. I seen that.
Who are we picking in this fight?
Yeah, I gotta go with Chael. I mean, Chael's my boy anyway. But I mean, Rampage is my boy too. Like, I like Rampage, but I gotta go with the wrestler in it. And just because Rampage has missed so many steps, you know what I mean? If it was Rampage of even Rampage of 2009, then I would give it to him. But come on, Rampage is gonna go out there. He gonna be round a little bit, and it's kind of like a little easier to push over a round object. You know what I mean? Like they just kind of roll over. So I don't know. I think he gonna take him down and
what about
have his
Roy
way
Nelson?
with him.
We're not looking at him.
Yeah, I mean, Roy's my boy too. I mean, Roy trains down here with us. Roy's got that stopping power.
And then Frank Mir's in it too.
If he does fight, Frank Mir's in it too.
Yeah.
Ooh, that got interesting then, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting one. I mean, it might be the Legends division, but at least I know I'm gonna watch. I think a lot of people are gonna watch. If you do say one thing about Scott Coker, he's one of the greatest promoters ever. I think. He's able to take nothing and make it into like everything.
Yeah, the first round it's going to be Mir versus Fedor, which I got Mir in that one.
Yeah.
Chael versus
sure.
Rampage. I hope Chael wins.
Chael,
Mitrione versus Roy Nelson. They fought before. Nelson knocked him out a long time ago.
That's true, but
and Bader versus King Mo.
Oh, okay. Oh, King Mo's in it too.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. What Bellator pulling out all the stops for this one, huh? Shit, they got some money behind them. They got to pay
David
on
versus
them.
Goliath, the rematch between.
Did they fight before?
David Goliath, yeah, back in the biblical days. No. King Mo versus. David won. He had like a slingshot. Yeah. So, I mean, King Mo could win it, right?
King Mo could, but King Mo take too much damage. I think, especially with you talking about heavyweights, you talking about a guy like Roy Nelson. King Mo with that hands down style, and he kind of, I don't know. I don't really like King. I never really liked King Mo's style. You know what I mean? I like his style of promoting and all that, but his style of fighting ain't for me. It ain't. I think that shit for the birds. So I don't know. Going against heavyweights like that, I just don't see it happening. I don't see him really. Who's he got in the first round? You said
King Mo versus Bader.
Yeah, that's a tough one for him. Because I don't think he'd be able to out-wrestle Bader. I think Bader's got just as much power. I think Bader. I see Bader beating him on that.
And now two guys in your weight class, Darren Elkins versus Michael Johnson.
Elkins versus Johnson. Or
Yeah.
something? Elkins is the guy from.
He's now a Team Alpha Male. He has that
Team Alpha
terrible
Male, the
tattoo
damage,
that says-
right?
Yeah.
That's the damage. All right.
That guy, you can't put him out for some reason. He just,
I thought Michael Johnson was dropping down to 45. He ain't smart enough to drop down.
I'm pretty sure it's Michael Johnson versus Darren Elkins.
I mean, you could be right, but I don't know. I thought he was smart enough to drop down. Mike, a small little dude. I seen him walking around New York with a turtleneck. That's turtleneck. When you talk about a real 155er, I can't wear no fucking turtleneck. That shit don't even fit. Like, he's a little fella, so he better drop down at the 45 if he ain't already.
Yeah, let me see. Darren Elkins is fighting. Darren Elkins is fighting Michael Johnson. The damage. Yeah.
Look at that.
So who do we like in that fight?
I gotta go with Elkins. Elkins has been on the up and up. Elkins can wrestle. Michael Johnson has shown that he can't wrestle at all. So I gotta stick with the grappler too. Grappling will really trump most of it. So for sure.
Can you come back
Elkins.
in 10 minutes? Thank you. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
UFC.
you out here in Vegas, so
Yeah.
ordering all the whores, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, got you. Come back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's UFC.
It's kinda big.
All the hoes coming through.
It's in UFC St. Louis. Elkins versus UFC
All right.
St.
I mean,
Louis.
I'll watch it. I think Elkins will beat him, but I'll watch it for sure. Mike is Mike. He ain't gonna do his thing, but
Here's the ultimate question: who don't you like in the UFC? Like, really don't like?
Everybody.
who I really don't like.
Who you
like? Really just despise.
No, I can't stand that dude.
It probably be Iakenta.
Oh, he
Low-key,
tweeted
like-
the other day about you.
Yeah, I mean he trying to shoot his little shot now. So now I got to keep him on ice for a while. Like the tables done turned, baby. Like I told him it was gonna happen. I told him that years ago. Like he should have took the rematch when I offered it to him when I did. I mean he gotta prove something to me now.
Were you
so
guys friends before at all?
friends.
I'm just asking.
Friends.
He liked you, though.
Nah,
You
friends.
know what though? He
How
told me
many of
he
us
told me
have
he
that?
listened to the podcast and he actually likes you.
Yeah, he cool. He all right. I mean, would I say I hate him? No. I mean, do I want to fight the motherfucker? Yeah. So I mean, we gonna get it in at some point or
He
another.
fought him in his first fight on short notice, and it was a very close fight. He almost actually knocked him out.
Oh,
In
really?
the first round, and then he just kind of gassed, sort of.
Yeah. So I mean, it was my first fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
First time being on a stage like
Yeah.
that, not having that experience before. If we fight again, it's definitely gonna be a much different fight. It would have been that a couple years ago. Now it's even more so. He off selling houses or doing whatever he doing.
Yeah, he became a real estate agent.
Yeah. I
Buy
wish
this house.
nothing
I'll
but
kick your ass.
I wish nothing but the best to him too. But
Well, the UFC kind of fucked him, sort of.
Oh, really?
don't come back here then.
So he's in a
'cause
Bellator?
You dealing with some real
He's
motherfuckers.
just sort of like got injured, and then like he trashed a hotel room, and then got banned for some shit.
Oh,
and, like,
damn.
And then it was
That's
like,
tight.
and then like after
Mexican?
he won his last fight, he's like, if anybody wants to buy a house, he actually told everyone to buy a house from him, like in the octagon.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Not really the smartest.
Is that where you bought your house from?
No. I told him I need a house up in the New York area eventually anyway. So I hope he keep his real estate license. I hope he do real good and he can give me a good deal. Because real estate in New York, that shit hard to
But I think he
come
might
by.
look
You know
back
what I mean? So
in like 10 years from now and be like, what the fuck was I thinking?
oh yeah, no, he's not the. I mean, come
No,
on,
what-
the dude's from Long Island.
So am I.
They ain't the.
Oh, come on.
Y'all ain't the smartest mother. Come on, you know it too. Keep it real with us here. Y'all ain't the smartest
We got
motherfuckers.
guys like Phil Baroni.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, yeah, no, Phil Baroni.
Didn't you almost fight Phil Baroni at a fight or something? Was that you who got into a fight with him?
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, it was at like a WSOF event or something, right? You were sitting behind him, and was that?
Oh no, that wasn't me. But I almost beat Phil ass a couple times now. Shit, this was maybe a couple weeks ago. I almost beat his ass.
Where?
Actually, at the gym. He was he's talking to one of like the we got a lot of little young boxers. My little fellas that be around, and I guess that the one boy I be fucking with, Rocky, young kid out of Philly, but he's a 115-pound boxer. He was like shadow boxing near Phil while Phil was trying to hit the bag, and I guess he like halfway stepped on the back of his ankle or something, and Phil tried to get all bossed up with him. So Phil comes over and they were standing right in front of me, and Phil asked if that was my younger brother because he thought because he knew if it was my brother, like he wouldn't have fuck with him.
And plus, he was black.
And he was black and I'm black, and he's like, all right, he drew the connection, and we
Right.
talked a little bit. So he's like, "Is that your brother?" And I say no, but at the same time, like, you ain't about to do nothing to him. So then he tried to boss up a little bit, and I'm like, Phil, like, I will lay you the fuck out, like, right now. Like, as he was talking to Rocky, he like kind of turned his back a little bit, and I kind of found his chin. I was like, oh yeah, it's one shot. Like, as soon as he would have flinched or anything, one shot, Phil would have been gone. But,
and then what did he say when you said, I'll lay you the fuck out?
Oh no, I ain't tell him that, but he know that. I mean, when the look that he gave me was like, all right, I'll back off from it, because he knew what time it was. Phil's a weird dude. Phil be on one. He took too much steroids, and his whole like endocrine system and shit is all fucked up. His adrenaline is fucked up. His he be having anger. He be roid raging
Back in the
and
day,
shit
though,
too much.
Phil versus Dave Monet. That was when he landed a 30-punch combo. That was so.
Oh yeah, when he caught my man up against the end, then he hopped on and he said, "I'm the best ever."
That was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, to the day you die.
Yeah, exactly. We had Jay Haran on yesterday on the podcast.
Is Jay from Long Island too?
Yeah, he's from Long Island.
Damn, I love Jay too.
Yeah.
Damn, you just disappointed me with that. Damn, I really like Jay.
And then
I gotta
Aljamain?
delete his number out my
What about
phone
Aljamain?
right now.
What about Aljamain's from Long Island?
Aljamain cool too, but he I already knew he was cool. But
and then what's his name is
I'm
cool?
deleting Jay Huron's
And then the other
number
guy's
right
cool.
now.
What's his name is cool. He's in the WSOF. Nobody wants to fight him. He's 16-0. He should be. I'm talking. He's 16-0, and he was a Titan FC champ. Now he's the WSOF champ. He just beat Lance Palmer, Andre the Bull Harrison.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah. He's a great fighter, and no one wants to fight him.
All right. Oh, that's probably why I don't know who he is. Oh.
And Matt Serra's from Long Island.
Yeah, I know all these fellas. Yeah. No, I mean, Matt Serra cool too, by the way. Shout out Matt Serra. I've done Unfiltered a couple times. He all right. I mean, they all right. They just not that smart. Like, let's. I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm just keeping it real with you. Is there a? I know Hofstra. Is Hofstra there?
That's where I went.
Oh, it's in Long Island.
Yeah,
Are these all winners? These guys you just named?
Yes.
All of them are winners.
They're all winners in their own way.
He just didn't say anything.
In their own way.
In their hearts.
What about what's his name is who's very angry right now from Long Island? Chris Wade.
Is he? Yeah, I know Chris Wade, but
Chris is pissed about some shit.
Well, apparently,
There's a lot of good guys.
Long Island, huh?
And then what's names from Long Island? The guy who won the Ultimate Fighter, who just wrote a book. Black guy. He won the Ultimate Fighter. He lost in the comeback season. He big, tall, black dude. You know what I'm talking about. Eddie Truck Gordon.
Oh, okay. Is he?
He's from Long Island.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Apparently Long Island's got a lot of fighters in, huh? I mean, y'all ain't that smart, so I guess you just punch each other in the head. Just fucking, Hofstra in this bitch. Like,
Tom Ryan. Tom Ryan's from Long Island.
all right, yeah, you can keep naming names. I mean, I'm gonna keep saying the same. I ain't gonna
That's so
but like, I like a lot of those dudes that you name. Still,
Bob Saget.
Is he from Long Island?
No, I'm just making shit up.
Jerry Seinfeld. He's a smart guy. Jerry Seinfeld.
Is he really?
Yeah.
oh, okay, all right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He
Amy
was nobody.
Amy
He became
Schumer.
some-
Seems pretty. All right. Okay. All right. So listen. So what do we have coming up?
So, the biggest announcement probably me and my brother starting up a YouTube channel / podcast. We'll talk about a little bit of everything. We're going to talk about fighting. We'll talk about life. We'll talk about what it's like growing up to be black and young and rich and better than you. That's all going to be part of the podcast
I can't wait to
or
see these
YouTube
videos.
channel.
Go on.
Right now, we've been going through like the stages of kind of getting the technical works and, because I ain't going to put out no bullshit on y'all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to make sure it's good. And like I said, I'm switching up management teams now. That should hopefully be done by this weekend. I meet them down there with them at UFC 219. So it's gonna be a lot of good things on the horizon. I'm looking forward to it. There's gonna be a lot of things outside of fighting where people can really get to see me and know me and show a little bit more personality. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you definitely need more personality. So,
Always.
one thing about you, man, but very shy. Jack, what do you got coming up?
I'm headlining Stand Up Live in Phoenix, Arizona, January 24th.
Nice.
So come check me out right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I will be at the Stratosphere the rest of the week till Sunday night. Next week, I'm in Pachenga Casino. Then the week after that, I'm in the Comedy Palace in San Diego. The following week, I'm in Seattle at the Underground, the 18th to the 20th. And then I'm in Calgary Calgary at the Comedy Cave. It's all in January.
You boys are down here tonight too, huh?
Tonight, you coming?
Yeah, tonight, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, bring
down
your,
at the Stratosphere.
Yeah.
I'm in the building.
Bring your
Nice.
crew.
I'm in the building.
Dewey said he was supposed to come last night. He didn't show up.
I'll text him myself.
Yeah.
Bring your
I'll
puppy
be
so
in the
we can feed it.
Yeah, bring your sick dog. But thank you, Kevin, man. You're one of my favorite people. Always fun. Always keep it real, too. Thank you for everything, man.
My man.
And
Appreciate
thank you, Jack.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Speedweed.com. Take care. Bye.
Trap songs and trap dansen. Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан. Даадаж дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа.